Pleasure to talk to you about this film.
It
It's
was
kind
fun.
of a kick-ass feminine film for me, basically. You know, it's a Tom Cruise film, but you know, your role is quite important as a woman that has a great job in the military. Tell us a little bit more about her.
Well, I play Major Susan Turner, and she is indeed in the military, and she works for the military police division, and she's charged with conspiracy, and she's thrown in jail. 2 of her soldiers are murdered overseas, and she's being held responsible for that. And yeah, at the beginning of the film, Jack Reacher shows up to meet her for the first time and finds that she's been thrown in jail. And so he and she break out of jail together. And basically, for the rest of the film, we're trying to solve this mystery of what actually happened to these 2 soldiers.
Edward just told me that you wwent through a very grueling training process for the film, that you were so dedicated that even bruises would not deter you at all. Is it true?
Yes, there were many bruises. Yes, I was very determined when I took on this role because for me, you know, doing all this training and doing the fitness that was involved wasn't just about, you know, looking good and being muscular. It was about really trying to get into the physicality of a woman who is in the military, who's gone through training, who we say in this film has graduated Ranger School. So it was important for me to reflect that person physically as well as emotionally and mentally.
Did you meet many of them, women in the military? Did you have any source of inspiration?
While we were shooting, not women within the military. I met some men who had retired, who were still in active service. But I learned a lot through watching a lot of documentaries, reading some books. I read an amazing book called Redeployment, another book called Band of Sisters. Both were very informative in terms of getting and learning about what it was like to serve overseas, to do tours, as both a male and female, and just what it takes to come back and what it can do to you emotionally.
Yeah. Were you familiar with Jack Reacher as a character, as the type of Ronin that he is, and all these things before you were attached to this?
No. I first had conversations with Ed Zwick about doing this film, and once we had the initial conversation, I watched the movie, the first movie, and then picked up the book. So I didn't really know much about the character of Jack Reacher before I started.
And what do you most enjoy about the character of Jack Reacher now?
Well, I like the idea that he's this guy who, you know, used to be a part of a system and found himself very frustrated with not being able to do enough for people. And so his choice is not just to give up, but to give up that system and doing it that way and to trying a new way all on his own. I think that there's something that's like kind of romantic about a guy who, you know, who doesn't give up, but likes to get the job done himself.
This is probably how your character feels about him as well.
Yes, exactly. He's a little bit dangerous because I think that my character, you know, likes the process and following the rules more than he does. But yeah, it's still, I think it's still interesting, intriguing. Yeah.
What did you What did you find most interesting about Tom Cruise? Obviously, he's got an enduring career in Hollywood, but he's somebody who really enjoys the process still as if it was the first day, doesn't he?
Yes, I mean, he's very passionate about making films. He's been making films for decades now, and has worked with some of the best directors out there and some of the best actors out there. And so he is a man who just has so much knowledge about making movies, and I think that's why he's a part of so many good ones. But yeah, he is definitely committed, and the great thing about Tom in terms of how, you know, him as a person related to me specifically is that he's extremely collaborative. Yeah. So from day one, where we did a 5-hour table read, even though I hadn't gotten the job yet, you know, wanting to know my opinion on this character, on the dialogue, on the action sequences. He was always so open in terms of sharing information and having me be part of it from the beginning.
Is it very exciting for you now? Because, you know, when How I Met Your Mother finished, it's like an array of opportunities that you want to choose from. Is it exciting to have this kind of choice and to be able to, you know, kind of decide your own path in Hollywood?
Yeah, I mean, I've never felt, and maybe I'm just not there, but I've never felt like I have so many options. I can do anything I want. I mean, things have come to me intermittently, and even with this, it required me meeting Ed and then going on tape and going through the process.
And the bruises.
Sorry?
And the bruises.
And the bruises, exactly. But I think with every project that I've been lucky enough to do, you gain knowledge, you gain experience, and you also make friends and friendships, and those are usually what leads into the next project. So I usually just focus on choosing projects that move me, that I can see myself learning something new from, and challenging myself in a way that I haven't been challenged before.
Have you always wanted to be an actress since childhood?
No, I only really wanted to pursue acting as a career. I mean, I'd done theater ever since I was a kid, but only until I was about 20 I decided to pursue it as a career. I wanted to go to college to be a marine biologist, and before that I wanted to be a mermaid.
Oh, mermaid is a good career.
Yeah.
And so what went in the way of marine biology?
Being a mermaid, it's just physically impossible. It's just scientifically not going to happen.
You never know the magic of movie making. Splash the remake.
It's true. That's how it happens.
Yeah.
No, with marine biology, honestly, I was enrolled to college. I was all set, ready to go, and then the summer before, I just started making friends who were actors, who I just thought were cool and fun, and were doing really interesting, creative things, and I just wanted to do that. So I put that on hold for a year, and then it just kept going.
It kept creeping on you.
Yeah.
And what does one miss most about being in a successful TV series, just because you become a family, I'm sure, with your fellow cast members?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really what I do miss most about being on How I Met Your Mother, is that towards the end, we became a family, and not just the cast, but the crew as well. And I miss seeing everybody every day, and having that type of wonderful consistency. But anytime I get sad about it, we did that for 9 years, and that is so rare and so incredible. So I'm very grateful for it.
So many episodes that you can just watch and stream.
I know, it's insane.